In this video, we will be examining surety bond claims and provide insurance agents with everything they need to know to effectively help their customers navigate the claims process. Before we can evaluate the claims process for surety bonds, we first need to know how these bonds are different than other insurance products. The first difference between surety bonds and insurance is who's covered. Unlike insurance products, surety bonds do not protect the insured or the principal. Surety bonds act as a financial guarantee that the obligee, which is usually a government agency, will be reimbursed for financial harm if the principal fails to comply with license law. So even though your customer, the insured, pays for the bond premium, the coverage benefits a third party. The second difference between surety bonds and insurance involves what is covered. Insurance is obtained to avoid suffering a financial loss in case of an accidental event occurs. On the other hand, surety bonds are designed to protect the public from illegal or unethical behavior that is prohibited by law. The final difference that we're going to mention in this video is claims responsibility. In a typical claims situation, the insurance company is solely responsible for payment of a claim, usually with your client as the beneficiary. In the event of a claim, the insured may experience an increase to their premium rates or even cancellation of future coverage, but they are not responsible for paying back the insurance company for the loss. Conversely, surety bond companies require insureds to sign an indemnity agreement which contractually binds the insured to repay the surety company for any losses related to the bond. This key concept transforms the way surety bond claims are handled. So what happens when a surety claim is received? When a surety bond claim is received, surety companies will take the following steps to handle the claim. Surety companies typically require some form of written communication from the claimant, explaining the situation and any supporting documentation showing proof of the loss. Upon receipt of the documentation from the claimant, the surety company will review the bond form and all applicable statutes to determine if the grievance is covered by the bond. If the claim is unrelated to the bond coverage, the claim will be denied. For claims that may be valid, the surety company will reach out to the bond principal for a written response and any documentation. This step provides the bond principal with an opportunity to mount a defense against the claim. As an insurance agent, you should urge your client to provide timely responses and documentation to the claims handler. After receiving documentation from all parties and reviewing all applicable statutes, the surety company will determine if the claim is valid. In some cases, claims may be disputed and subject to arbitration or court proceedings to determine validity. If the claim is deemed valid and the principal has not settled the claim independently with the claimant, the surety company will make payment. The claim payment will not exceed the amount of the bond. When the surety company has made a claim payment, they will seek repayment from the bond principal for all losses, often including attorneys and claims handling fees. The bond principal is required to pay these amounts, and the surety company may take legal action to recover any losses. So how should insurance agents advise bond principals when a claim is received? As discussed, the bond principal is ultimately responsible for claims against their bond. As an insurance agent, you should advise your clients to do the following when a claim is received. While the surety company is your client's advocate, they are legally bound to pay valid claims in a timely fashion. If your client fails to respond to a surety's request for information, they may have no choice but to pay a claim, even if the bond principal has a reasonable defense. Surety companies prefer that your client resolve any claims with the claimant before the surety gets involved. This is also in your client's best interest, as they may be required to reimburse the surety company for attorney's fees and claims handling fees as well. If a claim is paid by the surety company, bond principals should repay the surety company to avoid legal claims against the business, and even claims against personal assets. Oftentimes, failure to repay a surety company will result in the bond principal going out of business. So how can companies avoid surety bond claims? To avoid claims against their surety bonds, in general, companies should adhere to the following guidelines. Follow all license laws and regulations. Pay all vendors, suppliers, and employees. Keep record of all transactions according to state and local laws. Pay all taxes and license fees in full and on time. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as we publish frequent content helping insurance agents effectively issue surety bonds for their customers.